A Johannesburg woman is seeking justice following an alleged rape by a colleague. She also has a secondary fight with her employer, Study Trust, which she says failed to protect her.
We live in South Africa. We know gender-based violence and sexual attacks on women happen on a daily basis. But somehow you don't think it will happen to you. And it happened to me, and it wasn't by a stranger.
An ordeal she'll live with for the rest of her life. For months, this woman claims she was bullied at her workplace. Her alleged tormentor was a newly employed colleague. Her numerous complaints to management fell on deaf ears. The aggression, she says, turned into sexual harassment and later resulted in an alleged rape.
I complained about aggression. Now this person is being friendly. Now I'm complaining again. What do I want? I knew my word was not taken seriously and the conditions I was working under. I had no logical reason to think I would be believed, I would be respected, I would be taken seriously. I existed in a state of fight or flight. Every time I went to work, I complained incessantly until it got to a point where I absolutely gave up because nothing was being done by the head of the organization, the very person I trusted to take my human rights, my rights as a female, my rights as an employee, to take them extremely seriously.
During a work trip to Cape Town, she claims he sexually violated her. An internal disciplinary hearing found him guilty. The suspect was fired and arrested. A criminal case is currently underway, but the victim's ordeal has since worsened. In January, her employer informed her she had exhausted her sick leave days, which for her meant unpaid leave or return to work. An environment she maintains is toxic for her recovery.
I completely understood why people who have suffered sexual violence take their own lives. I understood how hard it is to come back to who you are because you don't know who you are anymore. The you that you thought you knew is dead. I am no longer a person. I am a title which is called rape survivor. How do I heal from that when the organization which had the power and duty allowed it to happen now comes back? If you don't come back to this organization, to this very leadership which failed you, you may as well get on the road.
It's almost like they believe that it's justifiable to fire the victim because their appetite is now full. They're not prepared to assist her any longer, even though it is their psychologists, their psychiatrists who have said she cannot go back to work under these circumstances. You won't step down. You won't take accountability for the facilitation of this rape.
In an email, her employer, Study Trust, insists it took her complaint seriously and assisted her. Meanwhile, it recently amended its sexual harassment policy. But for this rape survivor, it's come too late. Gillian Pillay, SABC News, Johannesburg.